It's my theme song for the day. So here I am.
That was your theme song for today?
That's all I got.
Okay.
So here we are. Reviewing Bold and Bougie, a TV show by Carlosking. Season 1, Episode 1. Let me reintroduce myself. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and start with our characters. So right here over to our, what is this? The left. We got Princess, entrepreneur. I believe she owns a practice with her husband. Yeah, she owns a practice with her husband. And she have multiple different, I guess, businesses. And she's also behind the producing or the, I guess, the upcoming of the Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, but she doesn't get credit for it. Basically what she was saying, what she was lying about.
That's basically what she was saying. She don't get credit for it. Moving on, we have Crystal here.
Yes, Crystal.
Crystal, Miss Project.
I like her.
Yeah, I like Crystal too.
I like Crystal.
She is the ex-wife of Neo. We all know who Neo is. She's the ex-wife of Neo. She also has different businesses, of course, children that she's taking care of. Here we're moving over to Malaysia. We know who Malaysia is from Basketball Wives. She also has children, multiple businesses that she got going on. And then we over here next to Malaysia, we have Goshe. Goshe have multiple restaurants and breakfast bars that she have. Sounds like to me she have 3 restaurants and one truck.
One food truck, 3 restaurants.
Food truck, yeah. Restaurants. So it sounds like Goshe is a hustler.
Well,
she definitely got the hustler mentality. She definitely gives that crack. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, moving on. Next to Goshe, we have Tamika Foster Raymond, the ex-wife of Usher Raymond, the one and only Usher Raymond that everybody wants to talk about and discuss. And she also has her own different businesses. She also have a book out right now, and she also has this foundation for her son Kyle, who passed away. So let's get into this. So the scene basically begins with Goshe introducing herself and meeting up with Crystal at the Street Exec studio, where Crystal is basically in the studio recording and rapping. I like you, Crystal girl, but I'm just saying it's
not giving rapping.
That's all I'm saying.
It's not giving rap, but
I like you.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they hug it out. Goshe and Crystal hug it out or whatever. Then Crystal speaks on her and Neo's marriage. Basically, how she wasn't a homewrecker to whatever previous relationship Neo had going on, and that she's basically tired of taking the heat, and she wants all the ladies to get to know her for her, which is fair. No chef.
See what happened? Because I was typing away.
After that, we have Crystal telling us that her rap name is what? VVS?
VVS, that's like the clarity of the diamonds, VVS. Yeah. I'm just assuming she playing with the rap thing.
It's giving playing.
It's giving she playing with it. That she got some money, let me just...
Yeah. Because it's definitely giving playing.
Yeah, so the rap thing, we're not going to act like it's that serious. But I like it.
We ain't going to take it that deep.
That deep. I just think she was playing in the studio, but she really tired of the people coming for her.
Basically.
Yeah, calling her a homewrecker. There's no proof of the homewrecker.
I'm sorry, Tamika girl. I like you too, but
I really feel like she biased because you married Usher, but I mean,
and it could be, but
I also think
that she is just my Capricorn mother. At the end of the day, I'm gonna say mother because she's she's older than me, so I'm gonna say mother of my Capricorn T or whatever we want to call it. I relate to Tamika.
She's living vicariously.
I relate to Tamika. That's all I'm saying. I relate to Tamika. Okay.
I like Tamika.
Anyway,
I like Tamika.
They don't like that Tamika be speaking the truth.
A lot of these it was 3 episodes. They don't like they don't like that she speaks the truth, and they also don't like that she's not sitting up here just saying everything about her business about Usher.
Right.
Like it's a public thing. Why they got divorced? Everybody knew she was married to Usher. Like that shit was over a decade ago.
Right.
So, and every title, Usher's stepson drowned. No, it's Tamika. Like I'm confused. The lady got a name.
Every headline is Usher's ex-wife.
Usher's ex-wife.
The lady name is Tamika. Anyway, moving on. So we have Goshe inviting Crystal to her theme pool party to introduce her pancake and grit line. The theme party that she came up with is called the Black Aspen in ATL. I guess where they have to wear the bathing suits and furs.
They're saying, and I've heard this before. The ATL is known for theme parties.
That's what Tamika said.
Yeah, but people are not big on that. Now in Atlanta, it's hot as hell. So try to you want a fur with a bathing suit. Needs to say nobody really came in full of time.
Nobody came. Nobody. Malaysia probably the only one that really
And she didn't have a bathing suit.
She had a bathing suit top. Looked like
what she did.
Like it was a bathing suit top with just a skirt. So we could really say Malaysia the only one that really played. But anyway, now we have Tamika and Princess meeting up at the Georgia Plastic Reconstruction surgery line.
What else was? I think it was.
In 2015, Princess had a breast reduction, and she says that 48 hours later she had no breasts.
Like she woke up with a bilateral.
Right.
Nothing. No nipples, no breasts, no absolutely anything.
Basically, and she said that she had 11 procedures following that procedure that already had basically messed her breast up. Basically trying to correct that procedure.
Yeah, like corrective procedure. That's not corrective procedures. 11.
I agree.
That's a lot.
11. At this point, it's kind of like you're becoming a little bit obsessed
with it.
About the fact that
you no longer having
the nipples, or you went through what you went through, which is fine. I understand. You know, sometimes it's hard to get over certain things, especially when it's bodily things.
As a woman, yeah.
But not just as a woman, like even like just in general. Like imagine losing an arm or leg, and you done had that all your life. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dramatic.
So I guess I can understand where Princess is coming from one end, but on the other end, I also still kind of feel like Princess be kind of like wanting to be babyfied. But moving on. So Tamika basically tells Princess. Tamika basically tells Princess that her not having any nipples is a vanity.
It's a vanity.
It's an aesthetic, and she basically tells her this because Tamika has had 2 plastic surgeries, cosmetic surgeries, where she tried to correct her stomach or whatever other issue she felt she had, and she basically almost died on the table. So Tamika basically, Princess feels that Tamika is being insensitive. And I just think Tamika is coming from a place of like, girl,
like I've been there before.
I damn near lost my life twice trying to do a cosmetic surgery, and you still crying about. I mean, the fact that you don't have. I
understand
after.
I have experience in that area where you might not be as sensitive to your friend's emotions. Okay, so I understand on that part, but Tamika, I don't think was just being dismissive, which they call her dismissive throughout,
and unapproachable.
Might be some truth there, but I also feel like she probably, like, Princess overdoing it. I don't know. I think she was over. It seemed like throughout the episodes you see where it's just this attention seeking, like the way she keeps talking about it.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was given to me. So basically, I feel like that's what Tamika was coming from with it, and I honestly kind of feel the same way. Like,
you feel like it was vanity, or you think she just needed to stop?
Like, we're crying about not having nipples. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I just explained, I get it. Because imagine losing a limb that you've done had all your life. I get it. But you are still continuing on with whatever obsession that you have with this surgery of trying to get it reconstructed or corrected. You done had 11 surgeries.
And it's still not corrected. And
you still keeping up with this story as if you want everybody to have this sympathy for you. You see what I'm saying?
And you can tell some people didn't know the story because they were sympathizing with her, but I did notice whether Tamika was just like, okay.
Right. So I definitely feel like she probably was seeking just a little bit of attention. So I don't know. All right, so now moving on to Gaucher and Malaysia meeting up at the zipline park. Malaysia ziplining. Basically, Malaysia states that she had been in ATL about 8 months, and Gaucher proceeds to ask her what happened to Basketball Wives, to her being on Basketball Wives. Malaysia basically feels like she stated that she felt like it was the abused baby mama on Basketball Wives. She was being critiqued. Yeah. Kind of like she had, like, it were mean girls around her. Yeah. Kind of like.
Yeah. Basketball Wives was lit.
It was given that they were mean girls, basically what she said. So, anyway, moving on from that. Gaucher opened up her restaurants in 2018. Her first breakfast bar was opened up in 2018, and then she's basically been on the road with the restaurants ever since. Tamika meets up with her bestie while they are renovating a home. Tamika is looking into this home basically for it to be in the family, for her sons and grandchildren, basically. So she's looking for a nice home where she feels that she's living in an Italian villa.
So dramatic. So dramatic.
So then Malaysia also meets up at the same house where Tamika and her bestie is, and Malaysia is into investment properties. So Tamika basically feels that Malaysia would be a good person to get some type of advice from when it comes to renovating a home, or if it's even a good home. Malaysia basically feels like the home has nice bones, old bones, and it's a good home, and she sees that Tamika is going to do great things with the home. So moving forward, we have Monyetta. They bringing up Monyetta. Let's talk about Monyetta.
So Monyetta is Neo's ex-fiancée,
right?
Before Crystal,
correct. And she's friends with
some of these groups.
With Tamika, Malaysia,
Is she?
And I think Gaucher also
Is she friends
mentioned
with-
that she's friends with Monyetta as well.
Yeah, but Gaucher's a little iffy there. I'm just saying.
So, what happened? So Monyetta, we're talking about Monyetta. We're on Monyetta, the famous name that everybody keeps discussing, and everybody basically
Coming to Monyetta's defense.
right.
Because
So Monyetta is Neo's ex-fiance, who is also friends with Tamika, Malaysia, and Gaucher.
And I believe this is what we talking about, wrapping up with Crystal. So they're trying to prove their loyalty basically to Monyetta, even though it's supposed to be some type of sisterhood, and I do put quotations on sisterhood. I think they believe that Crystal is a homewrecker.
Basically.
But we don't have no real proof of that. But realistically, when you look at certain timelines and things, it's given there was an overlap though.
Yeah, but we really don't know.
No.
And everybody is basically trying to figure out
What
how will they get along with, basically how is Crystal, simply because they got a different feedback from their friend Monyetta about Crystal and the situation and how it went.
Yeah.
So the ladies are basically trying to see how it will be around Crystal, or how is
Yeah,
Crystal.
basically trying to not stir a mess with Crystal, but not try to be disloyal to their friend Monyetta.
Basically.
Because there's situations like that, like there's, I'm not going to be friends with somebody you beefing with, and that situation is sticky. So it's kind of, they want to make sure they're not being disloyal, but they don't want to be messy at the same time, even though there's a lot of mess going on.
I mean, yeah, that, but I also really just feel like it just is coming from a point. So when it comes to Monyetta, I honestly just feel like what they're doing is, what the rest of the ladies is doing is basically going off of the rumors, and they just like trying to feel her out, because seems like they already have a
Predetermined.
exactly about her.
Right.
So that's what I kind of feel like it's coming from, honestly. But who knows? Yeah. Moving on. Now we're at Princess's house. Princess has a fur lady that is coming by basically to show her different furs, getting ready for this Black Aspen pool party that Gaucher has going on. Princess proceeds to talk to her husband, Dr. David Lofter, about Tamika's reaction about her nipples at the doctor's office. Princess's husband basically says to Princess, why does she care about what people say?
Okay.
As Princess cries and
she cries because she want her friend to be sympathetic.
About
and her
what she
husband
has
also
going on.
why you even care about their opinions?
Exactly. And I kind of agree, but I guess she feels that way because she feels like Tamika is supposed to be a close friend, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's not expecting for Tamika to basically not
Disregard her feelings,
right? Basically not being sensitive about her feelings. So anyway, moving on from that. Crystal met up at Johnny's Chicken and Waffles with bestie Shada. Or Shad. Yeah. Only person she basically explained that he was the only person that helped her through her divorce from Neo with the kids and everything that she had going on. Her and Shad sits down, of course, after playing with the kids. You see that they're having a nice little outing with the kids, and then they sit down and proceed to discuss Crystal dating. And Shad basically hints at her dating some guy in Miami.
That's a ball player.
And Crystal is dead set on, y'all don't need to know who I'm dating. Don't worry about it.
Oh, she said,
and I don't blame her.
I mean, I don't blame her either.
I don't blame her.
She said it's the Lord, it's her new glue. What she's saying.
Exactly. So she said it's no name at the end of the day. And she's also ready and interested to meet up with the rest of the ladies just to see how the rest of the ladies are. So moving on, now we're at Gaucher's house getting ready for the party. Princess shows up first asking what is everybody. Princess basically was like, I'm the only one here where everybody at.
It was given dead.
I ain't gonna lie. Princess is a little timid, but Princess be shady. Like,
no, Princess is shady. Princess is shady. She's shady, but she's timid. But she got a little spice with her. A little bit.
It's just like Malaysia said. She throw that rocket and hide her head. She's definitely timid. So
we now got this Black Aspen party, basically.
Yeah, she showed up already. Princess showed up. Where everybody at. So now we got Crystal showing up. Hugs Princess. Shades Crystal's outfit. Princess shades Crystal outfit. Talking about she didn't show up.
She basically she put on what she wanted to put on.
It didn't show up in the theme.
But nobody showed up in the theme. Nobody showing up in the theme.
Princess is saying what she's saying, and Princess did not show up in the theme.
Fur and a bathing suit. I didn't see not too many bathing suits at all.
Now she had a fur on. But she was not. She literally did the same thing that Crystal did. Dress.
Now I ain't gonna lie, Crystal was completely.
Crystal said she had fur on her shoes, baby.
That was not. It wasn't giving Aspen.
It's fur.
It wasn't giving Aspen.
None of that shit was giving Aspen. But anyway, moving on. Malaysia finally shows up, and Malaysia offers Crystal a drink. After they all introduce each other, Malaysia offers Crystal a drink and pulls Crystal off to the side
for a sidebar conversation.
Side conversation. Introducing herself to Crystal, basically wanting to get to know Crystal for herself or whatever the case. Yeah. And Malaysia tells Crystal that they're basically good as long as Crystal don't have anything to say or mention her friend, basically.
Monyetta.
And then proceeds to shade the girl and tells her, because it seems like you can't say her name anyway. And me and Crystal did the same exact look, like, bitch. Like, where did it come from?
I don't know about half of that energy.
It's like, where did that come from, man? But anyway, moving on. Princess starts to explain to the ladies about why she did not wear a bathing suit. Princess says she has to wait for Tamika to show up to tell this story. Tamika finally shows up looking like the gypsy that she says she is, because she definitely looked like somebody gypsy she showed up in that outfit. Then Malaysia says, all right, Tamika is here, so now tell us what's going on. What you need to tell us.
Such a dramatic scene. It was dramatic.
And Princess, once again, is telling the ladies at the pool party about her nipples. And all I hear is... That's all I hear. Anyway, she proceeds to tell the ladies about her nipples once again.
In the story.
In this drama-filled story.
And Tamika still looking
completely over it. and then Princess makes a comment that says, Tamika is over me. Basically. And Tamika says, you know why I'm over you? Tamika is me all the way. Because, bitch, do you know why I'm over you? Because
you cannot be like that with your friends.
At some point, friends have breaking points.
I was told.
At some point, friends have breaking points. And I told you that too. So we don't want to hear all that. Anyway, I'm with Tamika. Tired of hearing that shit. Stop holding on to it.
You gotta let it go,
You gotta let it go, Fat.
Let it go.
Stop telling everybody. Then it wasn't even the time for you to tell everybody that. And Tamika said the same thing in her confessional. Like, it wasn't even the time for you to say all that. Like, we had a whole pool party.
I can see she mentioned it at the tea party, but she was mentioning it at the pool party where it's supposed to be a launch of the breakfast line or whatever, and everybody crying and hugging each other.
Exactly.
About these breasts.
Girl. So then Malaysia goes up and hugs Princess. Exactly what I feel like Princess wanted all along. But anyway, it definitely gives a toddler that looks for attention. Like she was the only child or something and just got all the attention, all the affection, and that's just what she's used to. So she milks it. She's milking it. There you go, right there.
Okay.
There we go, right there. She's milking it. So Tamika walks up and introduces herself to Crystal. Basically introduces herself to Crystal and tells Crystal how she knows her and all of these things. Then she basically introduces herself telling Crystal that they know each other through a mutual.
This is Monyetta.
Right. This is Monyetta again.
I don't even know if it's a mutual friend. I mean, they share the same.
A mutual person, we could say.
Yeah. It was the same baby daddy at this point.
Right. And Tamika basically tells Crystal straight up that, that's my friend.
That's my friend.
I'm going to ride for my friend. Like, basically. And I don't know. I guess the other ladies felt like it was rude. It didn't make sense. Why did she introduce herself to Crystal that way? Malaysia felt like, because I would never introduce myself to another woman like that.
But Malaysia was the one that said, oh, so you can't even say her name. Mm-hmm. So I'm not even understanding all
Definitely
that.
was the one that said that. So,
I think just making a big deal about Tamika. I mean, I feel like as a woman, when Tamika was even talking to Crystal, and that whole scene where she gets emotional about what she's tired of people judging her for, there was a pause, and that's how I feel like basically Tamika was like, you gotta understand what Monyetta went through. Monyetta tried to tell you how he was rocking. Well, she ain't trying to tell me nothing.
But she did. So moving on from that, Malaysia's friend Princess, Dr. Princess, shows up and is introduced to the rest of the group. Gaucher basically gets up in front of everybody and speaks about her lunch and her grit and pancake line. She launched a grit and a pancake line, and she gives a little speech, and then after that speech she jumps into the pool, and it just goes on from there. The ladies actually sit down by the pool after Gaucher's speech, and they continue to speak on basically Tamika and the Crystal situation and this Monyetta situation. Tamika tells Crystal Monyetta tried to tell her.
Correct. Monyetta tried to tell her. And
she fled, basically also saying that flares was going on. She was like, pa-choom, pa-choom, pa-choom. And Crystal was like, she wasn't trying to tell me nothing.
Side chicks think they get the better job. That's what made me think there was an overlap.
I don't know, baby, but Crystal said, because she ain't trying to tell me nothing. And Tamika said, you know what? This is beyond my business. And I'm just being rude, and I'm so sorry. Let me go. Let me go. And Tamika proceeds to leave, and she leaves the party, and then scene, it goes off from there.